Okay, I'm a super duper bonehead because I just recorded this video and then realized that my mic was off. I'm so bad at this. Um, I'm gonna try to just give it a quick run through instead of breaking it all down like I did before because oh my goodness. The quick and skinny were down 1.18% on the week overall. Had a slight green day on Thursday, and I'm actually gonna pull the Excel back open. I'm recording my trades now. Slight green day on Thursday. I've got it highlighted in red because I had already talked through this in the previous take, but not good discipline, not the trade that we should have been making. Got lucky, didn't get burned. I don't know where my discipline was on the strategy. I think I got excited coming off Wednesday and having such a huge green day with RXT that I just kind of ran with it and almost got a confirmation bias on AE. Who knows? Who knows? But I was not in a good headspace. Discipline wasn't there. Um, Discipline's what holds you together through highs and through lows. Um, I didn't have it. I didn't have it, and that's why this huge failure on MGRX happened. The quick breakdown on it, instead of going through all of it in detail, it was a reversal play, not a proper opening flag play. I'm putting it in here because this is what I'm supposed to be trading on exclusively right now. But I did not follow this strategy at all. It made a reversal, and we read it right initially, and it made a small pop, and I was up a couple bucks at one point. Um, reading it correctly, coming off the previous low, made a bounce, had a pullback um, at VWAP, maintained that level at VWAP, had a pop above. We were in at that point, followed that little pop going up, but it was a generally downtrend. The VWAP was downtrending from the start of the day. It was not a high momentum stock, and it reversed on us. We didn't have our stop loss set correctly. We didn't have it set at all at one point, and it bottomed out on us. It ripped down hard, and we lost $10 on the day. Didn't trade Monday because had some appointments to run to. Sounds like the market was cold anyways. And I honestly, it was good to have the break. Didn't trade Tuesday. Well, we were trading. We were looking in the market, but didn't see anything. So no trade is a good trade in a moment like that. Definitely had to put myself in trader rehab, as Ross likes to put it. We're back today with a really good setup. I will break this down really quick because I already burned enough time. I got to get back to work. Um, Goodness gracious, if this will clean up for us. Come on, Robin Hood, work with me. I don't know why that's so grayed out, but anywho, not anywho. This is important. Why can't I see this? We made our trade on display right here. Um, that's the gist of it. Took a trade through here. Used the remainder of our buying power to take another trade through here. Overall, great trade. High momentum into the open. Pulls back to the 9 EMA. Sits above that, rides that all the way up. Really good trade overall. And now it's back to grinding for the rest of the day, but we're already out of it. We're at a buying power, and we like where we were at with this anyways. Um, so overall on the day, up 3.75%, $4.50. So a good green day, but what I'm happier with has almost nothing to do with the profit loss because our profit loss actually would have been a lot. Um, I'm not even going to finish that sentence because it doesn't make any sense to speak in that. It was a good day for following rules. Followed rules, got in on an A+ setup, and we made money on it. I actually ended up getting hit with a sweep at first on this stock, got in on an entry point, it swept down, filled my stop loss, and then claimed a new high on that pullback. And then we re-entered into this trade. So stayed calm through that. We had set a tight stop loss, maybe a hair too tight, like a penny or two. It just barely tapped us out of there, and it was only down for a second. So it might have set that a little bit too tight. I'm looking into that. ChatGPT disagrees with me and says I should keep it where it's at. So we're gonna do that for now. But overall, this is a green day because we followed the rules. And it could have, and even if it was a red day, we followed the rules, I'd feel good right now. This is about building discipline, you know, with not to bring everything back to scripture every time, but you know, that's a huge part of what I'm trying to do with this. I want proper stewardship of my money. And that's not just a slogan. What I mean by that is there are rules. There are underlying truths about the way the world works, and that extends to the market. And not that the market's playing by as ideal of rules as what the Bible is, but as Christians, what discipline means in the Bible is following God's rule, even when it doesn't feel natural to you, when it doesn't feel like it's the right thing to do. You don't go with your gut. You get back to Scripture, as Mike Winger says all the time. Like, we're learning to think scripturally. We're learning to think through the Bible, through the lens of what the Bible teaches us, not through our lens. Um, and so the synergy here in this endeavor, because again, this is an endeavor to make money, not nearly as noble as gaining real discipline, biblical discipline. Um, but the synergistic outlook on how this works with 10 talent trading, um, as far as discipline is concerned, is there are rules. And there's a lot of traders out there that can prove this. There's underlying rules that make these strategies viable. It makes them work, makes them profitable. And it's not about how I feel. It's not about how I feel. It's about the rules and following the rules. So if we follow the rules, we'll do well in the long run. And it's not going to feel great sometimes in the moment. We're going to have FOMO. We're going to miss out on big rips. Our stop loss is going to pull us out when we don't want it to. And then it's going to rip back up without us. But darn it, I got to get used to that because the rules are the rules for a reason. It's what protects us from things like this, because this doesn't happen if we follow the rules. This doesn't happen. Now I'm going to unhighlight this for red because it is, in fact, a oops, no fill. You stinker. Sorry, everyone's going to watch me fight with Excel. So this only happens when we don't follow the rules. We should expect to see losses, but this won't happen if we follow the rules, or at least it won't happen very often. And this happened because I was not following the rules. This happened because I didn't have discipline. So we rechecked. Good day today. It's a good Wednesday. We've got Thursday and Friday this week. Let's follow the rules.